All eyes on Doge. Big run up. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on Super Bowl Sunday. Yes, it's Super Bowl here in the United States. A lot of people tune in around the world, want to know what's going on with the football game. But we're here before the game so that I'm not competing against what's typically the most watched sporting event of the year. So, a lot to talk about, though, what's going on in crypto. Even though the markets don't look like it, Doge just hanging out right around 25 cents. And that's where we've been. Doge is just not ready to take off yet, but neither is the rest of the crypto market. Bitcoin, 96K, just kind of hanging out, as are most other cryptos. So I want to take today to talk about Dogecoin and why I'm so bullish on Dogecoin. How's everybody doing? We're hanging in there, right? We're hanging in there. There's a lot of narratives, though, going on around Dogecoin and what's going on overall with Altseason and Bitcoin dominance. And is there really going to be an Altseason? And what's up with all these rumors about Dogecoin as well? So let's get into it, huh? Shall we? Let's get started. Let me just jump right in. First, will Dogecoin be a part of X money? This is the big thing of 2025 is Elon and X money, and is Dogecoin going to be on X money? And as I said, of course, I think X money is going to launch. They have this Visa partnership that they made, and there's not going to be Dogecoin. There's going to be no Dogecoin when X money launches. That doesn't mean Elon might slide something in like creator payouts or with the option to accept in Doge or something outside of sort of the peer-to-peer transfers on the platform and other things. But you know what's going to happen, right? X money is going to launch. Dogecoin is going to be part of it. And everyone's going to be like, oh, there's no Dogecoin, right? I'm just going to sell everything. Dogecoin sucks, right? That's what people are thinking. And I'm like, I've been up ahead of this right from the start, saying Dogecoin isn't going to be on there. We know that. And I think Dogecoin is actually still going to pump because there's the hype around X money launching and just the possibility Dogecoins could still be part of it. And Doge is going to pump. Now, when is that going to happen? Well, both Linda Yaccarino and Elon said 2025. And so I'm still thinking fall. And I know it's February, Kriss. Come on. It's February. We want it to pump now. Well, that one you're going to have to wait a little bit on. So we've got this. Coinbase CEO calls for blockchain-based U.S. Treasury as Doge saves billions. Of course, that's the Department of Government Efficiency. But putting the Treasury on the blockchain, an idea that Elon and his Doge crew have floated out there, rumors, Elon has been looking at different blockchain projects upon which to put this information on there. And I was like, there's a pretty good blockchain out there called Dogecoin. Yes, Dogecoin has its own blockchain. That would be cool. Again, who knows? Who knows how this is going to go? Is that really Dogecoin, though? Is that what Dogecoin's sweet spot is? The blockchain, they've got limited devs who work on the project, and they're concentrated on other things, which we'll get to in a minute. Meanwhile, as far as what you guys want to know is altcoins. Is there going to be an alt season? Are there too many tokens? Analysts argue that an oversupply could end altcoin season. Look at that. There's over 36 million crypto tokens right now. 36 million. Now, a lot of those have like little to no liquidity in them, right? But as opposed to what we've seen in past bull cycles, this bull cycle is all about stupid meme tokens. And I'm not talking Dogecoin. It's about all those others, right? Just a flood of tokens out there. This is the chart that Ali put together. And he's like, here's 2017 over here. There's 2017 bull cycle. Here's the 2021 bull cycle and how many crypto projects, crypto coins, tokens, whatever there are. And look at it now. And you see that big yellow color? Those are all Solana. That's all the crap that's built on Solana. Okay, maybe it's not all crap. Bonk is pretty good. But other than that, well, maybe Fartcoin's pretty good. Oh, wait, no. Oh my God. And this is the problem. This is the problem, this cycle, is look at this chart. Look at how many different cryptos there are. And not only on Solana, but on Base, on Binance Smart Chain, and even ETH has more built on it than 2021, although not this explosion like the Solana pump.fun things. But it's like, man, it's a dilution of liquidity. So much money chasing, well, what did they say? 30, how many million? 36 million. So I say 35,990,000, right, are just junk. It's just junk. It's junk. No utility, really no value. How are you going to make it when like less than 4% of the people that actually go after pump.fun meme tokens, only 4% hold $10,000 in their wallet, which means nobody's getting rich. Nobody's really getting rich on Solana meme tokens. They're not getting rich. So that detracts from Dogecoin. And I think the concentration should revert back to like the top 10, maybe top 20 cryptos. Because in the top 20, do you know the top 20 cryptos have like something like 90 to 95% of the overall market value of all cryptocurrencies? So how do you know which of the 36 million are going to be the ones that are going to outperform Bitcoin and Dogecoin? Most aren't. Most aren't. But I do say Dogecoin in there because, as we've seen, Dogecoin actually outperforms Bitcoin every 4 years. You go on a 4-year cycle, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. And if you're investing and you just want to make money, it's like, what are you going to put your money in? So we can talk about all these other alts. Is this a good alt? Is that a good alt or whatever? But what I'm doing is I'm narrowing all of my cryptocurrencies back down pretty much to Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Having sold most of my other alts already, and I still have a little ETH, a little Litecoin. I have some Trump tokens, and I have Kronos. And I still have the ones in my KrissPax DCA portfolio, which I'm planning on selling in the fall. All of that too, just to get it all back down. Because in the end, the money's all going to flow to Bitcoin with all the institutions and Dogecoin. That's right. And Dogecoin. Dogecoin is going to be the meme coin that saves us all, right? Now, you may be able to catch a flyer on a fart coin or something, But really, the only people that make money on that are the devs and friends of devs and the occasional wallet or two that just happens to be in the right place at the right time and catch it. But everything else, you may be able to catch something on the rise or on a dip and it goes on a second rise. Like some of you made money on Pepe, some on Bonk, some on Whiff, some others. Those are all just going to die back, I think. We've already seen a number of them. Whiff has just been crashing. Popcat has crashed. So we have all of that. But what does this mean for Doge? The Guardian just had an article today. The Guardian, from Dogecoin to Trump, everything you need to know about the wild world of meme coins. That's right. And of course, Dogecoin is right there, which is awesome. But of course, again, everything is called a meme coin, whether it's a coin or not. I'm used to that. That's fine, whatever. Most of this was about, the creation of Trump token before the inauguration, followed up by the Melania token, and what that did with, to the rest of the crypto market, because again, all the liquidity just got flushed out of just about everything else and went into that Trump thing. And now that, of course, it went up to $70 and now it's like, what, 17 maybe? It seems to be kind of bottoming out there because there's a lot of interest still in the Trump token. But most others are just continuing to kind of fade out. But it is kind of interesting that basically it's a form of gambling. It's a form of gambling going after these different meme tokens. Now, some will say even investing in any crypto project is probably gambling, but we're betting on utility. Are Bitcoin and meme coins essentially the same? Well, think about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, store of value, right? We have all of this institutional interest in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not going to zero, right? So there's something giving it value. But how about Dogecoin? Dogecoin has a lot of interest too. Dogecoin isn't crashing back down. Yeah, we just had this 40% pullback, fear of the Trump tariffs and all of that. That was pretty tough. But Doge hasn't dropped below 20 cents like many were predicting. It's actually holding pretty strong above 24 cents right now. And there's all these other things that can be coming up for it that you don't want to miss out. The coming Dogecoin surge could change everything. And this is what is out there, and this is what keeps people right now hanging on to their Doge. We're still in the bull market, despite the pullback, and now kind of like trading sideways as I had predicted. We'd come out of that dip and then just kind of go along sideways with low volume, and that's where we are right now. But what's coming up with Doge? I covered this in my video yesterday. Huge for Dogecoin, the Dogecoin Foundation, and Tim Stebbing. He's teasing partnerships with American brands, wider adoption of Dogecoin payments. So we covered this in detail of this post from Tim Stebbing the other day. And then did a deep dive into like what this could all be about with SuchPay and how SuchPay could actually be a pretty good app, and how are these companies going to be able to incorporate SuchPay, and why would that be different than Doge Express, which is already doing wallet-to-wallet exchanges of Dogecoin. And I kind of have a feeling that SuchPay could be a layer 2 that's sitting on top of Dogecoin. It could be this layer 2, which has been on the Dogecoin Foundation website for a couple of years, just saying, hey, look, you could build something as a layer 2 on Dogecoin, and you could have instant finality in L2, to get that payment processed. And then every minute it settles to the Dogecoin blockchain. That is really cool. And to follow up on that today, for those that didn't see this, because he said, I need to keep my mouth shut for 2 weeks until I can share all the names and companies and amazing people that him and his programmer friends have been talking to. What could that be? So Tim lives down in Australia, and on the flight home, reaching out to the most cracked engineers I know, finally feeling resourced to assemble the A team. The A team. So he thinks this thing is going to be huge. And, well, I don't know. Doge United States says, can't wait for 21 Feb, so can hear the news from you. And Tim Stebbing replies, oh, you won't need to hear it from me. It will be on your TV news. And I'm like, you won't need to hear it from me. It will be on your TV news. Now, is this the type of hyperbole that you hear all the time? Sure. Somebody's going to pump up their project or whatever, and they're going to say things that aren't true. But would Tim Stebbing do that? Would he really do that? You're going to hear it on your TV news. It's like, wow. Interesting. So that is coming, guys. That is coming. Meanwhile, we have these ETFs, and the New York Stock Exchange has now filed to list and trade Grayscale Spot Dogecoin ETF. That's right. Typically, what we see is the ETF goes through its approval with the SEC, and then once it gets its approval, then the New York Stock Exchange gets involved, and that usually takes a day so that the ETFs can start trading. But here, they're front-running it. New York Stock Exchange has already filed for the Grayscale Doge ETF. Does that mean it's not going to wait 240 days and New York Stock Exchange is getting ready for something soon? We shall see. But wow, Doge ETF gets trading. There's going to be a lot of buying. I'm bullish on Dogecoin, guys. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Dogecoin. Everything else, I don't know. We could talk about other coins. Ondo, we can talk about ETH, what's happening with ETH. Are the layer twos on ETH finally going to do something? A lot of talk about Arbitrum and Optimism. I owned them. I don't anymore. What's going to be the next fart coin? You know, I typically find out from you guys in the chat. I always know what are the best performing cryptos, because those are the ones that all of a sudden come out of the blue, like this whole XLM thing for a couple of months. It was like, Kriss, can you look XLM? Can you look up XLM? What is Stellar? What is all? And I just hear, and I'm just like, oh, it must be pumping. And I click over, and sure enough, it's pumping. And then what happens? Generally, it starts crashing back down, or at least retracing back to probably where it should be, and nobody asks about it anymore, right? That's like Toshi, like all this Toshi stuff a couple of weeks ago, and now I don't hear anyone asking about Toshi anymore. Typically how it works. But Doge, I know some of you are frustrated. Doge just kind of going sideways. Well, here's what I did, right? I was like, look, I see this, I see something forming here, and I'm like, this looks pretty good. And I posted this yesterday. I'm like, and that was before the breakout, and I was like, this is looking like this nice wedge forming here. Of course, we had the big flush, the big leverage flush there. So we have a double bottom here at 24 cents. So we had a double bottom, 24 cents, and I was like, okay, this is the descending wedge here, and I'm predicting a breakout. And did it start? Well, it started to. It started to last night. We were getting some good movement in cryptos, but then overnight into this morning kind of pulled back a little bit. But it's a start. But that's what we're looking at right now for Doge. So let's see how you guys are feeling on Super Bowl Sunday. We'll hang out, talk about Doge. We can talk about Bitcoin. We can talk about other cryptos. That's all right. It's just right now my focus is really on Doge and Bitcoin. And that's where the liquidity is going to go. We're going to see an explosion in Doge. Yeah, XRP will do fine. Solana will do fine. Cardano will try and make a comeback. I don't know about SHIB. Kind of glad I'm done with SHIB. I made money on it. Not as much as I would have liked, but I made money on it. And so we wait. I just talked about timeline, Peter. I really just talked about it. The fall for some things, the spring for others. Will lawsuits, regulations form in the future to bring the crypto market back to center? I don't know what's going to happen with all those meme tokens, Dustin, and whether the U.S. regulations that will be discussed both in the Senate, House subcommittee, and the David Sachs's working group, although they're more focused on stablecoin, digital dollar kind of thing. But I would like to see a regulation just crack down on those meme tokens. And at least, I mean, that's just America, though. And that's not the world. United States can't stop that from happening in other countries. But I think without the support of the United States or more, not the support, but the United States just letting it be. But it's DeFi. It's total decentralized. And I don't know how much the United States can ban, that kind of thing from happening in the country. But without the US and all the US buyers, and most of those meme tokens won't make it, and it'll all just die out. I would actually like to see that happen. I think that would be better for cryptocurrency overall. I know you guys still want to have your fun chasing meme tokens, but come on. It's just sucked liquidity out of everything else this cycle. For those that weren't here earlier, I'm talking about this chart here that shows 36 million cryptocurrencies today. There's 36 million. Do you know in 2017 at this time, do you know how many cryptocurrencies there were? Maybe 3,000? And now there's 36 million 8 years later? That's crazy. That is total craziness. But you can see just the explosion, particularly in the memes on Solana. And there's all this talk about Solana and total value locked and volume of Solana. And you look at this chart and you say, no wonder Solana pumped. It was all on these meme tokens. Guess what? Those meme tokens get regulated and all that dies out. So will Solana. You will see Solana just die out. Not totally, but I'm not buying Solana. But if you guys like Solana and you want to do that, you go right ahead. That's not going to be me. The Doge news is going to come out in a couple weeks, MDog. At least as Doge as a payment. That's going to be the first thing we're looking for. You mean XLM, Martin? Is there an XML? No. So that must have been a typo. XLM is this, this thing on, it just follows XRP. This is the market cap, actually. I want to get the actual price. There we go, 31 cents for XLM. We look at the weekly chart, and this is XLM. Again, went on a huge run on November 5th, right up until like the third week in November. Spiked all the way up over 60 cents and just has not been able to hold that, like everything else. But if we look from the top at 60 cents, about 63 cents, down to the dip there we had the other day, that's like a 58% drop in price. So what's going on with XLM? Yep, if XRP starts running, XLM will follow along, as typically happens. But it can also lose a lot more on the way down. We compare that to the XRP chart, and XRP had a run up until the beginning of December, retraced, but then what happened? On the move back up, XRP actually went up higher, or XLM only went up about halfway and then fell off more. So a lot different chart for XRP, and XRP is looking at actually holding pretty well. A lot of good news on XRP. Again, I think it's anti the whole ethos of cryptocurrencies because they're talking about the governments and they're talking about the banks and having their blockchain and token be involved with them. Hey, I don't blame them for going to make a lot of money, but too centralized. I mean, they were putting money into both the Kamala Harris and the Donald Trump campaigns, playing both sides. Now kissing up to Trump. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me. AI will eventually fade out. I know, had to be an early bird to catch that. I got some fetch, and I made some money on fetch. In the end, not as much as I would have hoped because of the retrace we had here in January before I took my profits. And then there were those others, like a couple weeks ago, like Ran at Crypto Banter, was all about these AI things, virtuals and whatever, and they all just crashed over the past couple weeks. They just crashed. The biggest losers are the meme tokens. The trend is over, I hope. No, Zen, I would love to believe that. I would truly love to believe that, but it won't. There'll be something else next week or the week after. There'll be some token like out of nowhere. It's going to be worth like 100 million, maybe even $1 billion, just out of nothing. So I've been done with Sheeb, drop bonk, me as well, Kurt. Yeah, we talked about the Doge ETF, and we've got this New York Stock Exchange company has filed to list and trade Grayscale spot Doge ETF already. Why is the New York Stock Exchange filing to list a Doge ETF that hasn't even been approved by the SEC? I know, just these little things, right? Just these little things that just like, yeah, something might be happening there. You plan to throw solar on your new home? I don't know yet. I don't know about solar yet. There's a lot of fly-by-night solar companies. There's a lot of people that got solar, and now that company is gone. It's just like it's a fly-by-night industry. So I'm not there yet. Putting solar on the house. Thinking about it, but I'm not there yet. Meme tokens are on-chain gambling. They allow sports gambling, significantly more predator, massive overreach. No, it isn't. I don't think it's overreach at all. The US government can regulate and ban that stuff being traded in the United States. They could do that. I'd like to see the boomers holding on to savings and stocks start investing in crypto. Well, I'm a boomer. I'm a boomer. People calling me like old man. Someone on a comment recently just said, like, you look like you're dying. And I'm like, do I look like I'm dying? I don't think I look like I'm dying. I'm doing pretty well. It's like, okay, whatever. Don't get the whole meme token deal, especially if they have no utility. What's the purpose? It just is what it is, right? From Hawktua to, who else is going to launch a token? Anybody can. It doesn't cost much to do it now. It was a lot harder 4 years ago to launch a meme token than it is now. Now it's like 5 minutes and a little sol and you got yourself a meme token. Throw a little liquidity at it and start marketing it. Who knows what'll happen? That's why there's 36 million cryptocurrencies now, because it's too easy to make them. What's the purpose? Most of it is dreaming about making a lot of money and making off the backs of other people, because that's how that deal works. Right. And who is in the top 10? Exactly, Ryan. Who's in the top 10? And there's a lot of other people talking about this narrative of, if the top cryptos have most of the market cap, when the money starts flowing in, when prices start going up, and I'll talk about it in tomorrow morning's video, because I'm going to do one about particularly Bitcoin and Dogecoin in tomorrow morning's video. And it's going to be, that's where the money's going to go. When we start making the next run up in a bull market, the new money that comes in is not going to be chasing meme tokens. They're not going to be going after low cap cryptos. It's going to be the big ones. It's going to be the top 10, maybe some into the top 20, and maybe an occasional one that's like a good project somewhere. But that's where the money's going to go. But that's just me. I know. Solana has a lot of online issues because of all those tokens. And I saw on X the other day, someone said, well, Solana is still in beta. And I'm like, are you kidding me with that crap? Solana is in beta. It's worth almost $100 billion. And it's been around for how many years? That is in beta. You are a working company with a working product. That's not beta. No. Say it's still beta. Come on. Craziness. It's craziness, I tell you. Much Doge, so excite. What's up with the beef between XRP and XLM? Jay, I haven't heard about that. I thought I thought there was some relationship between the two of them. I don't know what, but there's a beef between them. Well, I haven't heard that. Like NFTs, exactly. People can make money of it. They'll get traded. And what happened in 2022? NFTs practically went to zero. In the bear market, the NFT market pretty much crashed. Some people were still buying on speculation. Those that got pudgy penguins down at the bottom made some money because that was one project that came back. But most didn't. And most people are holding on to worthless NFTs. I never bought an NFT. I was like, yeah, that's a bubble. I had some Trump, traded it at a loss for Chainlink. Trump down another 10% today. Yep, Kurt. Demi, bought a little Bitcoin and Doge. That's where my money's going to be going. When I start buying on dips again, most likely starting next spring or next month, or for this spring, so I can get some in March before whatever happens in April, which I think is going to be bullish. Get a little more, and it's going to be Bitcoin and Doge. And you got to time it right. Buying on dips, but sometimes we bought on dips and it wasn't the right time. We didn't know Doge would be in the 20s here, and people were buying on the 30s. I bought Doge at 37. I bought some Doge at 37 cents because it had dropped from the 40s. Remember the rocky line, 43 and a half? We were watching that and dip below 43 and a half, and we were like, oh no. But I wasn't buying Doge in the 40s. But 37, I was like, okay, because that looked pretty good on the charts. Little did we realize it was going to go a little more down. Doge to 40 cents next week. I just don't see it in the market, Jay. I don't see that big move yet, that big of a bull run coming yet. But last night we were looking at cryptos, right? Everything was going up from that dip that we had on Friday. Doge came all the way down to 24 cents. But then look what was happening on Saturday. We had nice, consistent trading up. Last night we had this nice green candles coming up. Hit 26 cents. And I was like, okay, here we go. Nope. Overnight, dump back down. Just doesn't have the momentum yet. But if we can start seeing higher lows and start to build it back up, that's a good start. That is a good start. Fetch is up 3%, 75. Yep. Again, same as Doge, but it actually it went up higher yesterday, percentage-wise than Doge. So, but it's still pretty much the same pattern. Doge Life. Yeah, Johnny, I like that. So the ETH ETF is now starting to make its comeback. Again, when the ETH ETF was created, there was a grayscale futures that had millions and millions of dollars in ETH that had been locked up in this futures contract. And when it converted over to a spot, they were able to start selling hundreds of millions of dollars of ETH. Right now in Doge, we only have about $2 million put into the new grayscale futures product. It's only about 2 million. So, and it was just put in. So I don't see heavy selling on a Dogecoin spot ETF because that's all that's locked up now is that 2 million. And whoever put money into that, they're expecting Doge to go higher. They're not going to be selling. As Elon once said, Doge will be the universal currency, the people's currency, currency of the world, currency of Earth, currency of Mars. Elon said all that stuff. I don't know. Get a Tesla solar roof. That is an interesting idea because the roof on the house is about 16, 17 years old. It still has the original roof. It's in good condition, but I imagine we're going to have to replace it at some point in time. Interesting. I wonder how heavy that is though, and whether my roof framing can hold it. Interesting idea. Tesla solar roof. The only initial crypto ETF to be profitable is Bitcoin. There's only been one other, and that was ETH. So, no, I'm a boomer, DB. Boomer. Well, the fast food chains accept Doge. If they do, it's not going to be a direct Doge wallet to wallet. It's going to be through a BitPay or something like that. If they start accepting cryptos, we need to see who Tim Stebbing talked to and what kind of deals those are, because that would all be around just Dogecoin, not the BitPay. Like when I go to AMC theaters to see a movie and I pay with Dogecoin, it's going through BitPay. So it's not, I mean, it's a blockchain transaction for me sending my Dogecoin from my wallet to BitPay's wallet, right? That shows up as a transfer. But that's not the same as buying directly from AMC. It's going to BitPay. And then BitPay is basically telling AMC, hey, you got to purchase. AMC doesn't have to take Dogecoin from BitPay. They can just take fiat, which is probably what they're doing since they accept a lot of different cryptos, not just Dogecoin. So it's not the same thing. Justin thinks Doge is going to 19 before upside. I think there's going to be a red day, more tariffs. Well, I'm going to start with Eversource and National Grid. Eversource for my power, National Grid for gas. I have to start there. But I'll begin to look at solar. Yep, I know, Joshua. Eversource is very expensive, especially right now. This is their highest fees ever are right now. I love that boomers so into crypto. Average age YouTuber, 28. Here I am. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. There's so much Doge has going for it, I want to believe. Number one meme, fun, useful, the fam, Elon. I know, right? Bring the chaos. It's that so-called unlimited supply that makes it a much better transactional cryptocurrency, particularly more than Bitcoin, because people don't want to spend their Bitcoin. They want to hodl it. Store of value, digital gold, all of that. And Elon, he said that very clear. That's what makes Dogecoin better as a transactional cryptocurrency, is its increasing supply. People are more likely to use it and spend it. Is it going to go up in price as much as Bitcoin? We don't know, but so far, since 2013, Dogecoin has gone up in price more than Bitcoin, even with its increasing supply. So I don't know what to say about that, but that's how it's been so far. Doge is looking good with the ETF, New York Stock Exchange, what Tim posted. It is. That's why I'm bullish. Don't know anything about Vine, Hakar, other than it's a token. It's not a coin. And it was made by whoever the person is that owns Vine, thinking that X is going to buy them out or something. It's all based on that. How about Peak? I still think it'll be in the top 100. It just needs to get listed on Binance and Coinbase first. I'm the pregame show. Awesome. Better than watch me than them do like 5 or 6 hours of blah, 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 blah football. You just want to watch the game. You don't need to watch all of that pregame stuff. Got some chili cooking. Nice. Chili. Oh, that sounds good. Wish I had a big pot of chili on the stove right now. Fetch AI is registered in England. I didn't know that. Raiden got more Peak and Doge. Biryani. Oh, Jay. I like a lamb biryani. That's my favorite. You get that lamb, so it's just so juicy and soft. Lamb biryani. Oh, So good. Getting hungry now. Kriss, be honest. Are we going to hit $1 this year? Well, let's ask the magic 8-ball. Shall we? Because I don't know. I don't know, but the magic 8-ball might know. Is Dogecoin going to hit $1 this year? The magic 8-ball says, you know it's never wrong, right? Never wrong. Let's get it up. It is decidedly so. It is decidedly so. So there you go. Magic 8-ball has given you the answer, JS. It is decidedly so. Can I watch Super Bowl on Amazon Prime? Nope. It's on Fox. Got to watch it on Fox. The rumor is that Elon spent $40 million in Super Bowl commercials. I know, right? It's going to be about Department of Government efficiency. So all this thought about, is Dogecoin going to appear? I don't know. But Elon does funny things, doesn't he? You never know. I don't know what Apollo coin or token or whatever that is. ETFs bringing on altcoin season. Well, there's an XRP ETF. There's a Solana ETF. There's a Litecoin ETF. There's a Hedera ETF. So, I mean, those are all big projects. Could blockchain technology wipe out government waste? Matt, it could. That's what Elon's talking about, having it on an open ledger. I don't know who decides that, though, and how much work that would really be to make happen. That I don't know. The TGA drawdown, Nick. What is a TGA drawdown? I have to look that up. TGA drawdown. A Treasury General Account drawdown is when the Treasury spends funds from its account to avoid issuing new debt. This can happen during debt ceiling debates. Interesting. First, you were going to take slices. Your wife found a house. So you took profit. I already own a house. Do you think it would make sense for me to take slices? A different approach. If I still was waiting, right, and we hadn't found a house and made the offer and all that, I would be very down on my overall portfolio because I wouldn't have sold because I'm waiting for the next run up and take profits on the big green candles. So. So we'll see. But I'll still follow along and act like, I mean, when I see big green candles and I talk about maybe taking profits, I'll still talk about that. Thank you, Jacob. Should reach out to Tim, see if he'll come on a live stream. Maybe not right on the 21st, maybe after. What's all the buzz on XRP? Well, Annie, it's all about acting like a digital SWIFT to be able to do cross-border payments between different countries, different currencies. That's what it's about. So they've been talking to the banks. They've been talking to governments. It's everything that is against what cryptocurrency is supposed to be about. But that's what they're doing. Do you pay taxes on your Doge if you pay something with Doge? Yes, you do. If you bought Doge at 2 cents and then you buy something when it's 10 cents, that 8-cent profit, you have to claim on your taxes. As of now, there is some talk about maybe reducing or eliminating capital gains taxes if you actually use crypto to buy things, but I don't think that's at the top of the agenda. And in 10 years, we'll be saying, I can't believe you spent some Dogecoin on movie tickets. That was one expensive movie, wasn't it? It better have been good, just like those pizzas that Laszlo bought with 10,000 Bitcoin. 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. And every year in, what is it, in May, when the anniversary of that date comes, everyone talks about Bitcoin Pizza Day. But hey, somebody had to start it, right? I think Doge will go sideways during the Super Bowl, not up, not down. Yeely, don't please go up to 38 cents again. We may get there, Yeely. You've done some research on solar. I'm doing a ground mount array for various reasons, because you don't want to install on the roof, the permits and all that. Well, be interesting to hear how that comes out. Don't plan on being grid tied either. Dogecoin blue chip. The concept is asking about PiCoin. I say go to Google and type in PiCoin pyramid scheme. Type that in. You went to grab a little peek and it wasn't available. It's on crypto.com, or are you doing a swap? Interesting. Interesting. Dogecoin is still up over 200% on the yearly crypto bubbles. That's right. People saying Dogecoin's down, and I'm like, no, it didn't. China's imposing 10 to 50% tariffs on US energy and vehicles. Well, so they call it a trade war, but it's actually tariffs on both sides. If people actually think about it, right? US places tariffs on Chinese goods, China places tariffs on US goods. That's it. So who's sending vehicles to China? I mean, really? I mean, Elon is building some there, but he's not. Those wouldn't have tariffs on them because they're built in Shanghai. So is Ford and GM sending cars to China? I doubt many are sold. I don't think it's a big deal. US energy, not a big deal. China is like the world's leading energy producer because of all their coal plants. So you look into the numbers on that, it's like, that's not much. David bought some more. Can you see Dogecoin as a world currency? Yes. Many believe XRP, but XRP is not made to be a world currency. It isn't. XRP is made to be more like the SWIFT system, just cross-border transfers of money, right? In a digital form. That's what it is. Now, there's a lot who own a lot of XRP that would love to see XRP actually work as a currency, but that's not what it's made for. And that's not what Ripple's all about. A Doge Life commercial at halftime. I remember 4 years ago, all this talk about an Elon Musk and Dogecoin Super Bowl commercial. And somebody had leaked one online, but somebody had just made the thing. And it was like not even a commercial. Keep on stacking whilst we go in sideways. There's no Doge listed on Super Bowl commercials. Yeah, I haven't heard about it. Pepe, again, if you heard me earlier, it's just like, it's not going to make it long term. There's a lot of support for it. It did great last year. I think it's now just going to be big cryptos on the next run. It's going to be Bitcoin. It's going to be ETH. It's going to be Doge. It's going to be XRP. They're going to be the winners. There'll be the occasional small cap one, but how do you know which is the one? You only use Coinbase? Yeah, it's not listed on Coinbase yet. You can still go to Coinbase Wallet if you have Coinbase Wallet, and you can do a swap for peak. On the wallet, you don't get a good price there. I recommend just downloading crypto.com and just buying it there. Mars in the house. How are you? Raul bought more Doge and Chainlink. A lot of people buying Chainlink. What's the World Liberty Finance team doing with all that Chainlink they're buying? They're buying ETH and wrapped ETH and Chainlink. Interesting. The EU sends cars and stuff to China. I guess there's some Chinese that want like the Audis, the Porsches, right? Some of those more elite cars for wealthy Chinese. But for day-to-day driving, they're happy with their BYDs. Maybe they'll go into like an Xpeng. The pizza store did not get the Bitcoin, Aussie. The story goes that it was through an online Bitcoin chat group, let's call it. It was a bulletin board kind of thing at the time. And Laszlo put out there that he wanted to buy pizza with Bitcoin, and did anybody want to do that? Bitcoin had never been used as a currency. Nobody had ever bought anything with Bitcoin. And then some guy in like England said, I'll take the Bitcoin and I'll get your pizza for you. So basically the guy from England called up the pizza store that was in the area where Laszlo lived in Florida and ordered the pizza for him and paid in cash from England. And then Laszlo sent the guy in England the Bitcoin. That's how the deal actually happened. The guy in England eventually sold all the Bitcoin and regrets it to the day, just like Laszlo regrets actually buying the pizza with all of that Bitcoin now. And he's interviewed every once in a while. There's some of his interviews floating around on YouTube, but he's just like, hey, nobody had ever done it before. And he just made it for free. He never bought that Bitcoin. He was just mining it. That Bitcoin came to him for free. So it's not like he lost anything on the deal, except for the potential cost of Bitcoin. Because who knew it would be $100,000 in 2025? Just keep stacking Doge for the win. What's a good enough amount of Doge, Kit? Everybody has different financial position. So you choose how much you're willing to put in there without having to risk your rent, food, utilities, clothing, because it's always risky. And for everybody, it's going to be a little different. Do I think the low is in for the alts? Well, Marino, it's looking like this is a good dip on the alts. If we go to ETH, let's go to the daily on ETH, and we look at where ETH had dropped down here, about 2,200 here. last week. Last fall, before the November run. And then when ETH did that nosedive because of the tariff thing, it came all the way down right below 2,200. So that was the flush out that happened. So yes, in my mind, Sunday, 1 week ago Sunday was the low for alts. Now, some alts have drifted lower than Sunday. We look on Friday, we saw WIF had actually gone lower than that dip on Sunday. I think if I go to the 4-hour chart, we can see that. And then we can look at some other coins, because I think Pepe also went lower, right? No, Pepe didn't go lower. It went to 82 there, and then on Friday it dumped to 84. So it was pretty close. But there were a few that actually did dump lower. And I don't remember which ones they were. But I still believe that last Sunday was the bottom of the alt market. Yeah, I don't see any of these on my watch list that went lower, but we did see one on Friday. I forget what we were looking at. Besides WIF. WIF was one of them. Yeah, none of these dropped lower on my watch list. So yes, I believe last Sunday was the bottom of the alt market. I mean, look at Bone. It's just so clear, right? Sheeb. That was the bottom. That's the pullback during the bull market. I'm not talking about like bear market 2 years ago. We're not talking about that. But yes, even Doge came all the way down to 20.2. And then the furthest it dropped since then was 24 cents. So still looking okay. Just going sideways as I had predicted. And that's what we would see, just that sideways trading. Ryan, here again. Good to see you too. There's lots of misplaced Bitcoin. And not only misplaced like lost, but maybe needlessly spent. I don't know. That's why people think Bitcoin should be, should be the store of value. That's it, not a currency. And let's let Dogecoin be the currency, as Satoshi had envisioned in the Bitcoin white paper. Just make it Doge. I'm gonna have to repost my, let's call it an updated Bitcoin white paper, where I crossed out the word Bitcoin and I wrote in Dogecoin. Because it is, except for the halving, which Dogecoin doesn't have. The rest of that white paper just screams Dogecoin to me as an e-cash, which is what Bitcoin was meant to be. I had 50 Ether in a COS exchange. Anyone know what happened to the COS exchange? Never heard of it. COS. Crypto exchange. COS.io has exit scammed with millions in user funds. COS.io was a cryptocurrency founded in Singapore back in 2017. It split 50% of its trading fees with token holders. Interesting. It seems to be still trading. Interesting. COS, crypto exchange. COS official. Crypto one-stop solution, home base Singapore. Oh, their last post was 2020. Oops. Their last post was 2020. Looks like they turned into a DEX. And this is all from 2020. And then they just took off with the funds. Wow. Yep. I don't know. I think you don't have a chance of getting anything out of that. Launched in 2019. There's a bunch of old articles here. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Bo. You know, I'll bet Laszlo did get back into crypto, Sunshine. Because during those interviews, you watch him, and he seems to be doing all right. I'll bet he still had a lot of Bitcoin. And the whole thing about Bitcoin for a pizza is probably just a big joke to him, because I think he had a lot of Bitcoin. He was one of the early miners, just mining on his home computer, just collecting Bitcoin. KB reminds people to hit the like button. Mars El Toxico is already see you in 4 years. I don't think this bull run is over yet, Mars. But Jesus thinks 4 years is about right. I don't see it, though. Are we going to have as huge of a bull run going forward as we had in 2021? Probably not. The liquidity isn't there. And as I showed, there's way too many cryptos. All the liquidity that's in the market is all spread out, chasing way too many different cryptos. So there were 3,000 cryptocurrencies 8 years ago. There were 3,000 in 2017. Now there's 36 million. Robinhood, all-time highs. Always thought Doge would at the same time. I know that Robinhood stock has been great. I made a profit on Robinhood stock. I did like a 3x on a stock. That was pretty good. Booked the profit. And I know, like, crypto trading is just up and down. We talked about it last week, with the huge dip. And it's like, if you can't stomach the volatility, you should not be trading crypto. You should not. And especially if your life depends on it, like your rent or your utilities or your food. It's like, if you need money to buy food, don't invest in cryptocurrency. Don't do it. And that is financial advice. I can give that kind of advice. What is your top 5? Well, Max says Doge, XRP, Litecoin, Pepe, and Fetch. No Bitcoin. No Bitcoin. I would say Bitcoin. I would go Doge, Bitcoin, Litecoin. I would still have Litecoin in there. I think SWI is still a top 5 that I would have, and then peak for the long term. That'd be my 5. You got more BOEM? I sold mine for a loss. I'm out of it. Sold for a loss. Yeah, Zin, we talked about that. Yeah, the market could be a little red tomorrow. People don't think Doge is a solution because not having a hard cap. Have you seen the US dollar? Does that have a hard cap? No. Oh, Mars, of course. All Doge. Yeah, we'll probably get another pullback, Anon. That's typically how it works. Another dip before it rips. Your Coinbase account has been in review for a month. I don't know. What did you do, man? Are you doing something sketchy? I don't know. Jasmine? I'm still very positive about Jasmine too, but Jasmine got hit hard. Jasmine got hit really hard. So, I mean, we were tracking the Jasmine in this downward trend. It started to break out of it, and then it just dumped. So, and this is where I sold it on that green candle, right above 3 cents. Because I was following it and I was waiting. Obviously would have liked to have sold it at 4, but wasn't ready to sell beginning of January. That's right when we put the offer on the house. Didn't get accepted for a few days. Maybe could have sold for 3.5. Didn't. I was thinking we'd break out of that downward wedge or channel or whatever that was. But finally it did. Dancing Doge. And the Doge is at 25 cents. Many can't even imagine what X payments will do to the price of Doge. Yeah, but it's not going to start right away. And that's going to be the big thing. I think you're eating okay, Bruce. From what I hear, you're doing okay. The chicken parm sounded really good. Hey, Zach, you shut up, okay? Why don't you shut up? Thank you. Wow. That is quite the comment to put in a chat on a live stream. Just shut up. Wow, dude. Kind of obvious why the attraction to Bitcoin. Yep. Bitcoin has not dropped much. Still holding well in the mid-90s. People talk about 77,000 Bitcoin or whatever. It's just like, nope. Way too much institutional support. Not happening. I know, right? Just shut up. Just shut up. Hopefully China doesn't ban Bitcoin again. I agree, also. That 2021, right in the middle of the bull market, China pulls that crap. Ouch. I'm not going to talk about Vine. No. Don't care. Someone just trying to make money off the name. Yeah, the scammers and hackers are out there, 1K. But that shouldn't stop you from being able to trade on Coinbase, though. Unless it happened through Coinbase, and now Coinbase has flagged you. I don't know. Doge is still your biggest bag, Kurt. XRP, XLM, ADA, Bitcoin, Link, and Pepe. That's not a bad portfolio. That's a good portfolio, Kurt. Do you think such pay and X payments can drive the Dogecoin price up? Yes. DJAR, yes. It can. Hey, Zach, how are you? We've been bullish on Doge every day for years. That's why we're up big time. Please tell me, still positive for Doge? If you do, when? Like buying more Doge? I will be buying more Doge starting in March. Got to close out on the house, get moved in, pay for the movers, and then I will start having monies again because I'll have no mortgage, no rent. Yes, be living rent-free, mortgage-free, no bank owning any of my house. Yeah, exactly what I thought, Monica. He's eating well. I know he was kidding. Steaks and baked potatoes tonight. The chicken parm looks good, though. That just sounded so good. Bitcoin Cash. Well, Bitcoin Cash was supposed to be, right, that alternative to Bitcoin that would be actually used as a currency. I think Bitcoin Cash probably came out too soon. And that whole wrestling over Bitcoin block size and all of that was too early in Bitcoin's history to be having those kinds of fights. And so there was a lot of dissentment against Roger and everyone who was like pushing Bitcoin Cash. And then there was the whole Satoshi Vision group as well. So they forked a fork. And it was just like the Bitcoin wars. Look it up if you guys don't know what that is, but that was bad times in cryptocurrency. That was rough times. If Bitcoin Cash was made today as a fork of Bitcoin to be used as a currency and strictly as a currency, I would probably think it would have a better chance of actually being used for that than the Bitcoin Cash we know. I know, DB. If I stop talking, what kind of live stream would this be? If Phantom Wallet got hacked by clicking a drop for Phantom Wallet link, could the Coinbase account be compromised too? Interesting. Yeah, maybe. The news on the 21st is not X payments. We already know that. This is going to be the Dogecoin Foundation and such pay integration use of Dogecoin as a currency. That's what we're waiting for. You've been holding Doge since the Robinhood listing. That's like 2019, right? I can sell on Coinbase, can't buy yet. Yeah, it was through Coinbase. Okay. I don't know why it's taken so long. I don't know what Coinbase's deal is on that. One thing you can always do is on an alt account, right? With a Gmail account, start a new Coinbase account. I have 2 Coinbase accounts. Kit, your portfolio is Doge, XRP, HBAR, Ondo, and Sonic. The former Phantom is Sonic. Ondo. A lot of people buying Ondo. I don't know if all of the news about Ondo is true or not. I hope it is for you. I never owned any. HBAR is going to do great. XRP, because of what I've said, they're in with the right people, despite how much I don't like it. And Doge. You'll help me move for some Doge. Yeah, they won't take my Dogecoin. They'll take my Visa card, though. Austin University to launch $5 million Bitcoin fund with 5-year HODL strategy. Huh. Every little bit counts, right? It all adds up. Yep, Doge has been stable lately. That's what I said coming out of last week's dip, is we stabilize somewhere and then there'll just be low volume going sideways. Yeah, VP keeps saying get out in March. And I'm saying I'm buying in March. Exactly. I do not agree with VP, particularly with Dogecoin. I'm buying on the dips in March for what's coming, for what is coming. Such pay, radio Doge, world currency. Exactly. I'm not going to be left behind. Not going to be left behind. My Doge price prediction is still the same, Dejar. Still the same. The support is all text chat. I know you can never talk to a real person anymore, right? Monica will make chicken parm for Doge. Okay. LOL. We'll do that. Were you guys Florida again? Was it Florida? Oh, she does the cooking. You get the Doge. The fall. The fall. I made a video on January 1st called my 2025 Dogecoin price prediction. So you should watch that. I laid it all out there and it's all still in play. But I laid it all out there. VP is making no money. Keep saying things that aren't true. Yeah, I don't get him. I watched him for a little while and now it's like, I just hear you guys talk about him. I can't cover the guy anymore. One could argue tariffs hadn't put a brake on things, tops could have been formed, but now the tops are delayed. That's what I think as well. Tops are delayed. They're not in the past. They have not already happened. I know, Trump token. That's one I didn't sell just because of the unknown, right? But it's like, man, $16 now. $16. How low did it drop? That's right where it was last Sunday. It came just a little bit lower to like $15.99. Sorry, this is in the way. It hit $15.99 here a week ago on the big tariff drop. And now it's $16.08, practically the same. That's not great. You have Trump also, Mars? Yeah. I just thought, I'll just let that ride. I mean, I only have $1,600 in it now. It was a $3,000. What did I get? Yeah, $3,400 purchase for 100 at $34. And now it's down to 1,600. Ouch. Hey, Trump made me a lot of money last fall with the DJT stock. I made a ton. I made $70,000 on DJT stock in the fall. So I'm down, what, $1,700, $1,800 on the Trump token. I'll hold it. I'll just continue to hold. And here's Doge just going sideways, low volume as predicted, just nothing there, sideways. We've been watching this line up here at 25.5. That was that triple bottom that we had. And it's just kind of toying with it. Dogecoin equals much fun. Doge, Doge, and more Doge. Almost time to buy again, Mar says. Are we going to see a dip back to 24? Is 24 going to hold as support, or might it touch a little bit lower? Treasure Coast. We're going to come down. We were talking about, I was shoveling snow this morning, right? It was about 6 inches of snow, but had to shovel. And we're talking about, do we really want to be spending all of our winters here in Boston? Florida would be nice. So in the years ahead, we're going to be doing a lot of traveling during the winters because we don't want to be sitting up here shoveling snow. I don't. That's for sure. Crypto is so bullish. It's crazy. Feel a green wave coming. Most crypto-friendly president. Elon has Doge. Taking out the trash. Pump will be huge. All of that. I agree with all that. It's just not going to be what we thought it was. Trump, remember, Trump is still pro-US dollar. So all of this about Dogecoin as an actual currency kind of goes against what Trump believes is going to pump the dollar. When David Sachs and his crypto working group was talking about stable coins, they were serious about it's to support the dollar. It's not a cryptocurrency. So yeah, that goes a different way. Yeah, he does all of his stuff for views. And yes, I'm bullish on March. RR. I'm going to try and cash out 50% if it tops in April or May, maybe more, and then look to buy in again during lows, summer, autumn. Good plan, RR. I'm looking to maybe pick up some in March and then maybe summertime. You might buy a little more Trump, DCA. I know. Isn't that hard, though? That's a hard decision to make when you're seeing the price down like that. It's like, do I really want to buy more of this? It sells in May, all-time high in the fall. What would the price of Doge be in May and after the pull? I can't tell you, Marino. I really can't. All we can do is look at the news, look at the, look forward at what the potential is coming forward. But there's no way to say, yeah, it's going to be this price in May and that price. Who would have thought that such a Trump token could be profitable at all? Yeah. Do you think if we see any Dogecoins in the background of any of Elon's commercials, will it spike? Will there be any commercials? That's the first question. I think it's a lot of rumor. I didn't see Elon say anything about it. So maybe I missed something. I don't know, but this could all just be made up. If there's a Dogecoin in the background of an Elon Department of Government Efficiency ad, yeah, Doge would spike. I'm not expecting it, though. And I don't want people to think it's going to happen because then it'll dump if it doesn't. XRP weekly has a massive megaphone pattern. Could go either way. A megaphone pattern. I don't know in what context you're talking megaphone. I don't see. Instead of that one, you can. This is the thing about drawing these patterns, right? You can make it do anything, right? Depends on where you pick your points from. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The Chiefs are going to win, or the Eagles. I have a bet on, if you guys were in my live stream on Friday, I've got a bet. 42 Dogecoin with, what was his name? CDC Survivor. 42. 42 Doge. And I've got the Eagles. He's got the Chiefs straight up, no points. I also have an ongoing poll on X, and right now it's 51 to 49 Eagles. It's been over 200 votes, and it is split 51-49. It is totally split here. I think it's a toss-up game. Total toss-up, which is why it'll be fun to watch. Anything can happen. Oh, and this is my fun, never mind, Dogecoin post. If you guys didn't see that. Having fun on X. You can follow me there. You'll shovel for Doge. Yes. I saw it. The house to prove it. In a little over a week, we are moving in. DCA long-term, good top 10 cryptos. Although my highest percentage out of all the cryptos I sold was Jasmy. That was my highest percentage win, was Jasmy. So it's top 10 plus 1, right? You got to add another one in, and that was Jasmy. What's the stock I like to swing trade? It's Meggle, M-E-G-L, Meggle. It dropped down to 47 cents on Monday, and now it's back up into the low 50s. I didn't buy any, though, on Monday because I don't have available cash to buy. So I wasn't able to buy Meggle. Maybe it'll come back down into the 40s again. And then it'll go back up into the 60s, maybe 70 cents again. That's what it does. M-E-G-L, Meggle. Vivek said Elon is taking a technology-first approach for Doge. I mean, his team is certainly using computers to like dive into all of the details, like USAID and all this other stuff, finding out where all this money's been going. That's what's been doing it. I guess I don't know what the rest of what Vivek said really means. I mean, the idea of putting the Treasury on, US Treasury on blockchain is a great idea. That's technology. That'd be cool. Buy the dips. Go Chiefs. Yeah, maybe. If Doge is 40 cents, will there be a sell in May? So far, history has shown sell in May is pretty consistent. It's more a stock thing, but crypto has been following that lately too. There's no uptrend right now for XRP or anything else. There's nothing going up right now. To Trump or not to Trump? That's the question. Mars has got to figure that out for himself. The All Eyes on Doge Super Bowl halftime show.
All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Keep going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge.
There you go. Maybe I should be in the halftime show. Maybe I should be. in the halftime show. Why not, right? Trump confirmed the script for the Chiefs. Trump for Doge, Trump not for Doge. Going to sell at the new all-time high. It's coming, and then buy again when the crypto market is bearish in a year or two. Maybe down to 10 cents. I don't know. We'll see. I'll still be here. I'm not going anywhere. They know Kriss is going to leave. He's got his house. He's all done. No, still here. I'm holding off on buying right now because of the Doge audits into US 8 and the Treasury. There could be some people that aren't getting paid right now, and we might see some people cashing out. Interesting that could have a negative effect. Hadn't thought of that. I think it'll be minimal. Maybe part of the cost that Doge saves will be put into Dogecoin and paid out to people in need. Huh, that's a great idea. I haven't heard anything like that actually happening, though. I own the house, but not the land. Actually, I own the land too. I own the property. I pay a property tax to my local town, which pays for schools, pays for police, pays for fire, right? Because I got a fire burning my house. I would like the fire department to show up. So I pay taxes. But I own the land. I love how Dems are going after how young these people are. 19-year-olds been programming like since they were 8. No. And they seem to be doing a pretty good job too. They seem to be doing all right. We're dumping deeper into the shadow realm. Yeah. All eyes on Doge. Yeah, halftime show. KrissPax. All eyes on Doge. Every time the Eagles win the Super Bowl, the markets crash. Every time. What year did the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl? 2018. Well, I know one thing about 2018. Bear market. We were in the middle of a bear market in 2018. So every time is once, and that was right in the middle of a bear market. Actually, the beginning of a bear market. So hard to really use that as a trend. Carlos, what's up? No pain, no gain. Tie. I don't know what tie is. You did that jail stool thing? Well, that's what you do, right? Get in and get out, make a profit, and then buy some Doge. The red candle on Doge is gross looking. Zoom out to the year. Yeah, this is 2025 so far, down for the year. Started on January 1st at about 31.5 cents. So we need to get this to turn back around and go up to at least 31.5 to make the yearly green again. Need it green again. The yearly chart for Dogecoin. Bitcoin is in the green for the year. But nothing else is. ETH, red. Algo, red. Solana. Oh, Solana's green. Solana's green for the year. ADA, red. HBAR, red. SHIB, red. Litecoin. Litecoin is just holding on. And XRP is green. So year to date, Doge is red. Yeah, we're having a bit of a dip here before the Super Bowl, which means it's going to run during the Super Bowl because Dogecoin is as bored as everybody else watching the Super Bowl pregame stuff. You're shorting jail stool. There's going to be some big action on jail stool today. You're welcome at KrissPax halftime show. You're going to buy Trump coin 10 months before the next election. We'll see what happens. Long way to go. The drop is manipulation. Long's worth millions. Looked at the heat map. Yep. What's Bitcoin? Yep. Taken out the longs. Let's see. In the last hour, there have been $5 million in Bitcoin, $5 million in ETH, $1.5 million in Doge. All on the long, none on the short. XRP, also 1.5 million. Yep, they are taking out. Here's an ETH that just happened, $1.3 million. Just 2 minutes ago, a $1.3 million trade on ETH just got taken out. All before the Super Bowl. How is that fair? Look at Bitcoin. Dropping down. Right before the Super Bowl. They're going to do that. Because they can, right? Yeah, when are they finally going to go after the shorts? Exactly. All these long degens. Are we going to see upside? Not before the Super Bowl. They're pushing it down. I got into crypto after doing a lot of stock swing trading through 2020 and then early 2021. I was in the middle of a stock swing trade when Doge started moving and there was all this Reddit. This was the whole GameStop and AMC thing. And they had stopped the ability to buy GameStop. And the Redditors said, well, if we can't buy anymore and we can't take out those shorts, we're going to go after the shorts on something else. And they chose Dogecoin because there were huge short positions opened on Dogecoin. And as soon as I saw that, I bought Doge. Doge had already gone up to 2 cents from 1 cent, but I bought it 2 cents. And by that night, it was up at 8 cents. So I made a 4x in like 12 hours on Doge. And that was how I started in crypto. Am I into RWA plays? Nope, I am not. Hades. Well, look at the Bitcoin chart. We're watching Bitcoin right now. And Bitcoin is taking down the whole market with it right now. Dang. If they can manipulate it so easy, why don't they go after the shorts? They could, but right now, I think they're waiting for something big to happen to get people buying, and then they'll take the shorts out. But right now, there's nothing happening. Everyone is still, the whole tariff fear is still out there. So it's easier to take out the leverage longs. So the bottom target for Doge is still going to be 24 cents in the short term and 20 for the longer term. Doge is now at 24.2. We want to hold 24 for short term. Otherwise, we could be looking at 20. Trump just arrived at the Super Bowl. Will that help make the price go up? Bitcoin and Dogecoin? Probably not. It's going to drop even more on Monday. That's what someone else is saying. More tariff fears. This could be tied to some of that. Kit. So again, not financial advice, but when I'm buying on the dips, I look for big red candles. And that's what we got right now. Doesn't mean it's not going to drop lower, but you can buy right now for lower than where it was not only an hour ago, but since Friday when it dropped to 24 cents. So it hasn't been this price since Friday if you're looking to buy on a dip. But that's not financial advice. Hey, Raiden, I think Bitcoin dominance not dropping has to do with the institutions that hold. Yeah, Bitcoin does not drop at the same percentage as alts when the market is going down. That is true. Anon, 20 cents. We'll see. Yep, we're going to watch the Super Bowl. Yep, not going to be live during the Super Bowl. No. This is just pregame. Pregame stuff I never watch anyway. So boring. It's like, I want to watch the game. Trump's going to announce 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum. Probably. You just got your message, Link down 5%. And if somebody's looking to buy Link, down to $17. But it's everything. I mean, everything's dropping. So ETH 2560. I bet Trump will already have deals ready with Canada, Mexico, and China and the EU before the 30-day delay in tariffs. This is not a bear market. Melvin, this is not a bear market. This is still a pullback in an overall bull market, is what this is. Yeah, it's been a month. I get it. It's happened before, though. Up 1% one day, down 4 the next. Very funny. Somebody did accuse me of being an Elon bootlicker. Did you see that? Called me an Elon bootlicker. I don't even remember what I said, but it wasn't like all hail the mighty Elon or anything like that. I do believe in what the Department of Government Efficiency is doing, finding out all the waste, fraud, and abuse in where our taxpayer money is going, which everybody should applaud. That's right. Everybody should applaud that. Again, you're blaming the auditors for something the bank did. If the bank stole your money, you should be mad at the bank, not the person auditing the bank. It's like, come on. Jason bought $24.1. We'll see if it goes lower. But right now, big red candle. If you're in the buying in the dip mode, 24.1 is. But then we got Knockstars and we've got Anthony, the Bears in the house, always. You guys still have money to buy the dip? I know, right? If you've already been buying the dip, you're moneyed out. When the altcoin season starts, do you expect the price action of Doge to run similar to other coins like XRP, or will they have dissimilar ones? Doge usually runs best when it has its own catalyst. So during altcoin season, if Doge has its own FOMO and its own run, it will far outpace XRP. Just look back at 2021 and you'll see just killed XRP. But if there's no individual news for XRP or Doge, and they're just following Bitcoin, even if it's so-called alt season, then they'll just follow Bitcoin. But typically alt season has big news, big stuff going on that gets the alts to run harder than Bitcoin. Marcin, if you want to know my price prediction for Doge at the end of the year, I did a video on January 1st called my 2025 Dogecoin price prediction. So you watch that. Vamos. Vamos. Of course, I bought Doge at $24.99. Got to wait for the big red candles. The big red candles. Well, I guess this was, right? This morning, there was a red candle. It dipped down just below 25 cents. So if you bought there, yeah, I don't blame you. That would have been a nice buying on the dip opportunity this morning. Because who knew it was going to drop more? Maybe we're a little mad at the moment. Still think it's bullish overall. Let's go. I know. People just throwing names at me right and left. Paper hands packs. Old man. Boomer. I'll take it. Bootlicker, though. That was a new one. I hadn't seen that before. Bootlicker. All right, dude. Whatever. Oh, and I was also told to shut up. Right? I was pretty much told to keep my mouth shut. And I'm just like, I'm doing a live stream. Kind of tough to shut up. But that was a good one. Never had anyone tell me to shut up before during my live stream. Good opportunity to buy the dip, DCA, bring your average down, all of that. Deep, next week we might go deeper. There's a lot of negativity, I get it. The sky is falling, but we're holding on. I know, right? Whenever the dip happens, the bears come out of their hibernation to say, see, I told you so. Tariffs are a big stick to get countries to come to the table. And I've been saying that all along. Trump really doesn't want the tariffs. He wants to negotiate good trade deals. But if it comes to tariffs, he'll do the tariffs. It's over. Everything's going to zero. I know, Raiden, right? I'm positive, but I always suggest to sell to take profits. I've always said that. Remember back in December when I took my first profit of Doge at 42 cents and everybody was giving me shit about it? Well, that's turning out to look pretty good, isn't it? That first slice, right? 42 cents. And I was getting a bunch of crap about that. And I'm just like, that's how it works, guys. You buy low, you sell high, you take profits along the way. I bought Trump for entertainment purposes, and now Doge dips. Right. I know it's money. People get all upset. Yeah, it's real money, but it is cryptocurrency too, guys. And if you're putting money into cryptocurrency and it's making you like a wreck when you see red candles, you should not be trading cryptocurrency. You really shouldn't. You can't take it that personally. It's an investment, it's money. You've got your health, you've got your life. It should be kind of fun. And that's what we try to do here, is try and make it fun. But I know when you see the big red candles and you're getting a big dip, it doesn't feel good. We are heading into bear season because everyone was expecting one more pump. But Knockstars, how do you know that pump isn't going to happen? How do you know that? So far, the Department of Government Efficiency has saved $76 billion, and they will continue. And they're going to fight the Democrats all along the way. Trump is just going to countersue and appeal all the Dems who are fighting what essentially is saving America. Saving America because of our debt and our incredible imbalance in what we spend versus what we save. Balanced budget, it's got to be the way. And I'll bet that eventually Trump actually has Congress put in a bill that has to guarantee a balanced budget on a yearly basis going forward. That's going to come because the country is going to go bankrupt. And if it wasn't for Trump winning, if this was Kamala Harris as president and everything was still going as it was, the country would be doomed. $0.01, Anthony. 1 cent Dogecoin. Okay. So what are you doing, to Anthony? Tell me, what are you doing right now with your investments? Do you have any? Do you still own Doge? Are you planning to buy more Doge? Tell me what you're doing, dude. You're asking me buy, sell, wait. You know I can't answer that. I'm not you. I don't know what your financial position is. I don't know what you believe in. I can't tell anybody whether to buy or sell. I can tell you what I'm doing and what I've done. But you're such a bear. Why would you even consider buying now if you think it's going down to a penny? You sound very convinced. Jordani. Should creating a new wallet in the same account that got hacked be safe enough? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Just start a completely new wallet. There's tons of different, you can go to Exodus, you can go to Trust, you can go to MetaMask, you can get a ledger. I mean, there's hundreds of other places where you can start a new wallet that you should. Don't go back to the same account. No. Start a new one on a new app or a new platform. Sellers are lining up. Absolutely. Bitcoin just hit 94.7, took out a bunch more leverage. Again, we can look at the heat map now. And we can see the current dip and the leverage being taken out, which is all this leverage right there. Millions and millions of dollars. Right before the Super Bowl. Probably, a couple $100 million. I don't think there's much on Doge. Actually, it said overall 1 million. Yeah, you add up all these little green lines, it comes to over $1 million of leverage taken out on the dip. But that's what it's about, guys. Pre-Super Bowl, everybody's focus is on the big game, right? And so what do? They take one little bit of news about China tariffs and bam, bash down the price. For anyone who is asking what's going on, that's what it is. One little negative news right before the Super Bowl on a low volume trading day, and they dump the price. You took a break from crypto because you were stressing. Wow, I just told you what happened. Easy to drop the price when there's little volume. Exactly, John. There are dips in every bull run, Joshua. We've already had them in this bull run. Remember December? After the FOMC meeting? December 19th, December 20th, that big dip happens every bull run. I was called a bootlicker on X from a guy who drinks Four Locos. Yeah, I didn't get into who the guy was and what he was about, but it was just like, yeah, whatever. No, they're not going to be paying government employees in Dogecoin. That's not going to happen. 17 cents. Well, not as bad as 1 cent. Appreciate it, Sunshine. Thanks you. Thank you. Did I shut him up? Oh, we're just having a conversation. I haven't banned anybody today yet. Kriss says Doge can do great on its own, doesn't need Elon. And I get called an Elon bootlicker. I know, right? It was just one post on X. It was just one post on X. And it was really more about the Department of Government Efficiency. It was nothing really directly Elon. It's like, let me get this straight. You're mad at the guy who found all the fraud and theft, but not at the people who wasted and stole the government's money. How is that an Elon bootlicker? It's just like, whatever. Doge holding on to 24 cents. J.R. Ford III. This is my first year. Been a very interesting market. You're learning a lot though, aren't you? This is how you do it. You learn. I know. I don't get bullied. Lately on YouTube, I've been actually liking comments that are negative at me. Just giving them a like. So, yeah, okay, that's cool. I like that. Oh, because I mean, what else can you do, right? You're going to sell on the next pump, Francisco? Yep, some people get to the breaking point and they said, okay. Always the excuse when a person is stuck with their cryptos. Except peak is long-term. Anthony, you don't get it. You're not going to make it. I will add Anthony to the special room of investors that are not going to make it. NGMI Anthony, not going to make it. Kyle will make it. Look at that. We are so early. Kyle's going to make it. There's nothing unpredictable about what happened today. Nothing unpredictable. I would have lost a ton of money if it wasn't for this channel. Well, thank you, Ego. Appreciate it. I know, Susan. Yeah, pregame, Jason. I'm live streaming against the Super Bowl pregame. I'll probably be on for another 25 minutes or so, and then we got to get ready for the game. Are there even going to be Elon ads, Ray? I'm not convinced. I've heard about these Elon ads. I'll believe it when I see it. Uh-oh, 23.9. 23.9 on Doge. Everything's bleeding right now. Yep. So those that are saying, oh, Dogecoin's dead, Dogecoin's dropping, I'm like, did you see the rest of the market? You see all these others that are in the red and in fact are falling more than Doge, such as ADA and HBAR, VeChain, all falling harder than Doge. But no, it's Doge. Doge is the one that's dropping. Guys, let's go, y'all. Another opportunity. Yeah. Rowan says, why is this bloodbath? Knockstar says, way too much leverage. There's your answer. Knockstars is 100% right on with that. Way too much leverage. You're just holding all good. I know, right? NGMI. And there are many who trade, but more than not, the ones who have gotten the most rich are the ones who do treat it as an investment. They buy and they hold. They buy and they hold. 4 years ago, you could have bought Doge for 4 cents. Now, even on this dip, it's 24 cents. You'd be up 600%. That's how you make money. If you bought a month before that 4 years ago, you would have been buying Dogecoin for under a penny. In a bull market year, you'd have been buying under a penny. And then you'd be up 240, 24 times. Trading crypto, you might make it, you might not. But buying and holding for years in cryptocurrency, unless you're in some crap coin that's going to go to zero. But like I said, you stick with the top 10 at a minimum, and then maybe a couple others for a long shot. That is where you make money. With every Bitcoin dip, more people come to the Kriss stream. I know, right? We were at like 250 and now we're up to 350. Green days are coming. Jason, we will get there. As I've been saying, RR, trick to not panicking is not invest everything you have. If you're betting on food, utility, or even your rent on crypto, not good. You're definitely not going to make it. Get rid of the red hair and go green. It's actually starting to turn a little gray. So, in the All Eyes on Doge concert entrance, they made my hair grayer than it actually is. I'm just like, wait a minute, my hair isn't that gray. Oh, man. What was the catalyst? It's this China tariff thing. It's a China tariff thing, Jason. You can go look it up. Just something else to spook the market. I work in local government. We could paper clips to make sure we aren't going over budget. Crazy. Seeing federal shrugging off trillions. I know, right? Yeah. It's a red day. The Trump pump didn't happen. It was all the election date, November. That was the big Trump pump, was November. And since then, I hope it all goes to zero. Why would you say that, Elliot? Why would you want all of us to lose all of our investment in crypto? I mean, really, that's pretty negative. Why would you want that? That's dumb. Dumb. Trump was the best thing that could have happened to crypto after he turns his back on banks, tells his friends their fiat is no longer worth anything. I don't know about that. Much better than Harris, though, and her administration and what was going on with crypto, but still not the best. Yeah, the Bears aren't playing tonight. They are not in the Super Bowl. And they're probably never going to get to the Super Bowl. What is all this talk about this Doge commercial? That is not confirmed. If I see it, awesome. But I don't know yet. You could say that about any cryptocurrency, Anthony. Pick one. Bitcoin. Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. Litecoin has no intrinsic value. Right? But yet, it has $1 trillion market cap. I don't know. There's some value there somewhere. It's still 24 cents, Charles. We're holding this yellow line here, 24 cents. That's still support. I can buy a burger with my Dogecoin, Anthony. Not at McDonald's, but you can at Burger King. Not directly, you go through a third party, but you can buy a Whopper with Dogecoin. The manipulation in crypto is crazy. How is it legal? Thank you, Empire Tattoo Studio. Appreciate it. Mortgage free, baby. That was the goal. We reached the goal. You think it's going to drop more, grab more of that lower leverage? We might. Doge, there's not much down here. There's like one down here at like 23.7, but that's not much. It's really going to be how much more is down there on Bitcoin. Yeah, there's some. 94K. Here's some new ones just created. New leverage trades, big ones. Right there. That little yellow line, you can barely see it. Brand new leverage trade just made. 94K. So there's a big target down there. But look at all these shorts up here. Just come up here. 97, 98. They should get those. I'm just saying. It's the Dems that are leverage trading. Yeah. Ah, those good times, right? If we only knew, right? If you think that, Anthony, why are you here? If you think that, why are you here? Seriously. Go play the stock market. You think the stock market isn't a pyramid scheme? Jeez. Got a lot to learn, dude. What is the current bull run percentage drop? Well, where do you want to pull it from? We could pull it all the way back from the current high at 43 cents there on January 17th. We could say from there, we are now down 44%. 44%. But you could go back further and you could say, well, it was higher up here at 48 cents. And so from there, you can go, well, it's 50%. Yeah, 48 cents, 24 cents, 50% drop. So it depends on where you pull it from. 50% drop. What's Bitcoin's drop? And again, as we've said, Bitcoin never drops as much. Bitcoin is only down about 12%. 12%. But then you got to go back and you got to say, okay, what was the price of Bitcoin on November 4th? 67,000. And how much percentage did it go up to hit its high? 60%. So Bitcoin went up 60% from November 4th until December 17th. 60%. How much did Dogecoin go up during that same period? Dogecoin went up 230%. Do you guys see that? Bitcoin went up 60%. Dogecoin went up 230%. This is why you want to be in Dogecoin. You buy on the dips and you wait for the next rip because Dogecoin will outperform just about everything. What is the price you pay? The price you pay is when it dips again, it dips hard. And if you can't handle it, you should not be trading Dogecoin. You should not be investing in Dogecoin or crypto for that matter. Just buy Bitcoin then. Just buy Bitcoin. Okay? All this talk about Dogecoin's dead, and I'm like, Dogecoin went up 230%. So yeah, it's dropped 50%. I get it. But I've been saying all along, that's how Dogecoin trades. So you buy on the dip and you wait for the next rip. And that's how you make money. The ones who are just saying Doge is going to zero, you're not going to make it. You made some profit on Jasmine. You bought the Doge dip toss. Thank you, CDC. Appreciate it. The new Doge father. Thank you. Hong Kong government recognizes Bitcoin and Ethereum as proof of assets. Interesting. Yeah, we're looking a little dumpy, but that may have been it right there, 24 cents, bouncing back up. We'll see. But we've seen that before. We just had it here early this afternoon. It bounced to 24.8. Looked like we had a couple green candles coming up, and then it bounced further. So that is still a possibility. Sergio, if you're asking that question, it sounds like you got too much on the line. Thanks for the engagement. I would think so. It's in the entire country's interest to find all the waste and fraud in government. And don't blame the person who's finding the waste and the fraud. It's not his fault. God. Yeah, I know, RR, exactly. And they're brainwashed. It's all one big brainwash. I've seen it firsthand. It's all that MSNBC crap. Total brainwash. And it's our money. Exactly. Dip season. Buy, buy, buy. I know that whole SS stuff, Nazis, all that stuff. It's ridiculous. No, coulda, woulda, shoulda. You can't say that here because you didn't. So all you can do now is say, okay, what can I do from here? What's my plan here with Dogecoin at 24 cents? Because you didn't sell at 46 cents. So what are you going to do now? You got to have a forward-thinking attitude, learning from the past, but you can't live in the past and say, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. You can't say that. You learn from the past, and then you make a decision. What am I going to do now? What am I going to do in the future? Because that you still have control over. Thank you, RR. Well, you can be here for next cycle. We'll go through the bear together, and then the next bull. Do it again. Buying more. Krishna. Victor, buying the dips. Oh, it's always this way when there are red candles, Darth Mike. I'm used to it. Red candle day. I don't know what's going on for the food, Adam. We got other people in the house. There's going to be food. I heard stuff about like chicken wings and other stuff for the game, but I wasn't part of that. So my duty today was to shovel the driveway. So I shoveled the driveway. We had about 6 inches of snow overnight. It ended at about 10 o'clock this morning. So I shoveled the driveway, did my part so I could do this. And they got something going on out there. I don't know what it is, but I'll just get to enjoy it. Not possible to cash out at Coinbase. I can't tell you I already cashed out. I don't have anything on Coinbase now. Not my main account. I still have on my DCA account, but I'm not selling any to cash out. Exactly. Or kind of silly to single out Doge as dropping when everything is dropping in the same pattern. And now look, see these green candles here in this recovery? Well, look, Bitcoin, green candles, ETH, green candles, Algo, green candles, Solana, green candles, Cardano, green candles, HBAR, green. Shall I continue, people? You get the picture. Crypto's all moving together. You cannot single out Dogecoin, even with the green candles. Although I'd love to say, Doge going up and everything else sucks. No, that's not the way it is. It's all trading together, guys. It's the market. This is how the market is moving today. Taking out the leverage and now bringing it up, hopefully to take out some new shorts, because that's what happens. Bleeding is stopping, dude. Look at the green candles. Look at the green candles. You're a 2021 hodler. You're going to make it, Adam. You want to go to 50 cents? You have time? Time is your friend. Next pump will be big. The top is in. Not going to make it. Bring the chaos BTC. Not going to make it. I still don't see 19 cents CDC, but in 2 more weeks, Doge Foundation will announce partnerships. That's what Tim Stebbing said. We will see what that is. My name is Weather Girl, and I'm a Dogeaholic. It's been 10 minutes since my last purchase of Doge. Yes, you're addicted, aren't you? You are an addict, a Doge addict. Trump could go to $1. AJ, that could happen. Red is the new green. Well, I could do one of these things. You ever see these guys do this? Invert scale. There it is. Hey, look, Doge going up. There it is, Max. There's red is the new green, right? Hey, Doge is going up. Look at that. This is called an inverse scale or reverse. So instead of it on the red candles, it's going down, it can show the red candles going up. Yeah, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, we're doing great today, aren't we, Adam? Look at that. Hit resistance there at 24 cents. Now we got a couple green candles. That announcement's going to come out. It falls just because the whole market is falling. Buy the dip. This 1 cent is just not happening, Anthony. We got a super chat from Nathan. Thank you. Thanks again, keeping it real, being here for those who are stressing. We'll enjoy the game. You were going to buy at 25, but you bought at 27. You can always buy more on dips and bring the average down. No, when I'm doing, Adam, when I'm doing StreamYard, all the chats show up. I would have to go back to my other screen here to see which ones are deleted, and I normally don't do that. So even the deleted ones, I still get to see. And sometimes I call them up. People selling before the Super Bowl based on last year's. We never know. Haters are worse than bears. And still, every time I ask people why they think the price is going to crash, they never tell me, except the one guy here about no intrinsic value. And that's what he believes. And I get that, right? Doge has no value. Well, a lot of people think it does. I mean, we can go here and we can say, well, the $36 billion market cap, somebody thinks Dogecoin has value. To have a $36 billion market cap, somebody thinks it has value. What kind of world do we live in where you have to choose between the lesser of two evils? You have no position in Doge, but you're here. Love it, Oswell. This is a typical KrissPax live stream. Just on red days, we just see more. I know. How about that FTX commercial? I think Tom Brady was kind of regretting that. He lost a lot of money too. He had a lot of money tied up with FTX. Giselle was not happy with him. I know that. FTX. They made it sound like Elon spent money. Yeah, I'm curious if it's true too, but yeah, sunshine, it's just one of those things. Oh, Adam, you got some chili going too for the game. All right. No, DB, they're talking about some commercial around the Department of Government Efficiency finding waste. That kind of commercial. Not a Dogecoin commercial, not No, it's about the Department of Government Efficiency and some kind of commercial about them finding all of these payments of our taxpayer dollars going to, let's just call them strange and bizarre left-leaning uses. I'll leave it at that. Leverage shorts get rewarded more than the longs. They'll get them. You're not worried because you shorted at 31 cents. Oh, so you want it to go down because you've got shorts open, Anthony. Good luck. Not. I don't like shorters. 70 cents in 2 months. Jeff is thinking optimistic. Yeah. You don't think the stock market is manipulated? Huge. Huge. You still can't trade your Doge on Coinbase. I can't help you, Max. I'm not trading right now. Yeah, I've never really looked at the price of cryptocurrencies versus inflation, with inflation brought in. I don't know what CDC is, Max. Mr. Tony, I have been talking about other cryptos, did it at the beginning, first 10 minutes, talked about a lot of other things, but today is mostly about Dogecoin because I'm bullish. Did you know that? I'm bullish about Dogecoin. You want me to look at another coin for you? I'll be glad to. Just put it in the chat. Invest everything you have in Melania coin. Is that your financial advice, RR? Have a great Super Bowl night as well. It's the top meme coin, people. Exactly, James. And that's what we talked about earlier when we're talking about, like, there's way too many cryptos, right? There's 36 million cryptos being traded now. 36 million. In 2017, there were 3,000. Look at the chart of how many cryptocurrencies there are. And look at everything in yellow is all on Solana. So that's all the meme tokens. Millions upon millions upon millions upon millions. And most of them are worthless. 99% of all of that is worthless. Somebody bought it. That's why I say top 10, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and maybe some XRP, maybe some Solana, although I'm not buying Solana. And I'm really probably not going to buy XRP again either. I made some money on XRP, booked the profit. I'm good. Thank you very much. Moving on. Fartcoin gassing out hard. Let me switch this back. What is our friendly, smelly Fartcoin doing today? 47 cents. It's still just kind of tanking down here. On Thursday, it hit 41 cents, but it's still down. Yeah, you want to see how much Fartcoin dropped? 82%, guys. 82%. And that's in what, 2 weeks? Kind of farted out, didn't it? And you guys are complaining about Dogecoin? Look at that. 82% down in 2 weeks. How much did Dogecoin fall in those 2 weeks? That was the 19th, right? Yeah, that's the other one we had looked at here. 42%. So only half of what Fartcoin dropped. Everybody was all, yeah, Fartcoin, Fartcoin, Fartcoin. Well, somebody bought at the top and they're down 82% on their Fartcoin. And they're probably really bearish in all of the Fartcoin live streams. Oh, wait, there aren't any. February will be the most bullish. It typically is for ETH. ETH always has great Februaries, but the market this year is kind of hung up on these tariff things. Happy Doge to buy cannabis. Still looking for that cannabis, huh, CDC? The creature from Jekyll Island. All right, Christopher. Bought a little more at the bottom of that dip, 24-cent Doge. You're going to hang out through the next bear market, RR, and then we're going to make more money. Next bull cycle, we're going to make more money. Avoid catching the falling knife. Yeah, wings, I know, right, Adam? I heard wings. Wings. The wings of redemption. Yeah, the whole thing about Trump launching his token, we talked about it, just took the whole air out of all that pre-inauguration pump that I was hoping for. If there's a Dogecoin symbol anywhere during the Super Bowl, I'm going to shat myself. Maybe you should buy some Fartcoin. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but makes you want to stick around for the commercials, though, doesn't it? Don't want to miss that one. Executors in the house. How are you? Those are good lyrics, aren't they? Thank you, Toss. All right, gang. That's what we got for today. I think we're good. Everyone who is watching the game, enjoy the game. And have a good evening. Getting ready for the game. For those that are. For those that aren't, have a great rest of the evening or a Monday morning, if that's where you are in the world. I will be live again Monday afternoon, Boston time, where I am. So join us again for the next KrissPax Live. Got a great video coming out tomorrow morning talking about Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Kind of some expectations out there, a little longer term. Will be a good one. So watch for the video in the morning and then the live stream later in the day. We can talk about it then. I hope everyone has a great evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.